Welcome back to Showcase Live. Hey everybody, it's Dave Shellbitter, co-team leader with my buddy Mike Daniels, the other co-team leader. I get so confused sometimes. And Alfonso on the camera. Put my phone in my pocket again. Roy is here somewhere. I think we sent him off for crackers. We are at the DeLand Sport Aviation Showcase, hashtag DSAS21. We've been here with you yesterday, today, even though yesterday was a little technical difficulty day, it appears, but we're back with you today, and we will be with you again tomorrow, bringing you interviews with the beautiful people and aircraft and ultralights and everything going on here at Showcase. So if you haven't made it down, you still got time. DeLand Airport, come on down. Join us here at Showcase. It's a great place to be. If you can't make it down, keep following our Facebook page for our updates. And as I said, we're doing interviews. We were walking around the other night, driving around last night. We got a quick live interview with the people. We asked them where they kept the batteries for the fabric on the aircraft. With me now is Dennis Carley with Aerolite. And this bright thing is the Aerolite103.
Yep.
103 refers to?
Part 103.
So it's Federal Air Regulation, Part 103, governing that makes the rules on what's considered to be an ultralight.
Yep. Which
is a step not really below, but it's a lighter aircraft than the LSAs, light sport aircraft. But now this is a beautiful. It is definitely eye-catching.
Yep, can't miss it.
Tell me about it. Aerolite's been around. I mean, you guys are not new to the market.
No. The Aerolite design was back in the late 90s. It started commercial production late 90s. We bought the rights and the tooling in the company about 9 years ago or so. In that period of time from inception to now, well over 1,000 airplanes out there. We're producing at this point between 60 and 80 kits and completed airplanes per year.
Wow.
Yep. So it's all going real good. All nice bright colors. We have basically one airframe design, Dave, and then there's different motor options and fairings and different gear and so on, but
tires. This guy got pretty big tires. They all have the big tires like
that?
that?
No, that's the biggest thing we've ever done. And that's 22 inches in diameter. It's geared for really, really rough surfaces. Yeah. We have 3 tire sizes. That is not really necessary for everybody, but we do have customers that fly off unimproved stuff or fields or whatever. That's
so you're getting back to the real grassroots of the ultralight movement, flying out of football fields or anywhere side of the highway or wherever you can to take off. So now, tell me about the aircraft itself. Let's start with the first thing. We've been looking at some absolutely gorgeous experimental LSAs, experimental aircraft and stuff that people are marketing here, and then they tell me it just starts at $270,000. Yeah. My base model is $270,000. Yeah. So obviously, you guys are going to come in a little bit under that. What if I want to buy a DIY? I'm gonna buy a kit from you.
Yep.
What does the starter kit cost, and what's in it?
Well, we'll take the $270,000 if you want to give it to us.
And you'll send me how many airplanes? We'll send you 20 airplanes for that price.
We have a complete airframe kit. Costs $15,900. That's wheels, tires, brakes, windscreen, flaps, control surfaces, covering. That's basically everything except engine, instrument, and prop.
Okay.
Assembly time average is about 40 hours, so you can put it together in a week or a couple weekends. Mm-hmm. And then we have motor packages that range from between about $5,000 and $10,000, depending on the size of the engine.
So I'm looking at how much of an investment to get a basic?
$25,000 or so. $25,000. Yep.
It's just like I could have bought 5 of my first cars for that. Yeah. But still, $25,000 versus $270.
Yeah.
So that's a put it together myself. Now, what about? I don't want to put it together. I don't even bother putting it together. Mm-hmm. I want to write you a check and fly away. Yep. What am I looking at there?
$4,000 more.
$4,000 more. So under $30,000, I'm going to have a flying ultralight. Yep. Well, that's cool. And then I'm not a base kit kind of guy. I'm a Cadillac, all the bells and whistles kind of guy.
Yeah.
I want to buy completed, ready-to-fly aircraft, all the bells and whistles. What am I going to spend?
Top-of-the-line engine, all the bells and whistles. We put it together for you. You'll be right around $30,000.
$30,000.
Yeah.
Top of line. So that's nowhere near the $300,000 plus on some of the other ones we're talking about. Now you are running what engine on that?
This one's a Hearth F23. That's 50 horsepower. We have several engine options that range from 28 to 63 horsepower.
Okay. And what kind of cruise do you have on something like that?
Generally in the 60 to 65 mile an hour range.
So it's not like you're floating along slow. 65 mile an hour. That's a good clip for an aircraft.
Yep.
You know, and You're 103, so your weight is under 243 pounds.
254 pounds.
254.
Yep.
I get the numbers backwards.
Yep. And the other good thing about this is somebody does want to build it and certificate it as experimental, they can do so. The kit
really?
meets the 51% rule. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it can be certificated as experimental.
Yep,
But it
absolutely.
does meet ultralight.
Yep.
Okay. And why would I go for an experimental versus a 103 ultralight?
Most of the time, if somebody does that, it's probably only 5 or 10% of our builders that actually do that. But most of the time they do it because they've built other experimentals and they are familiar with that process. Some of them are flying out of airports where they require them to have an N number and
Gotcha.
be a registered aircraft.
And so you're this now. This engine here is what is your base engine, or this is the upgraded engine?
That's about the mid-range.
Mid-range.
Yeah.
Okay. And now this is pretty and stuff. And we stopped by last night and we're chatting with, I believe it was your wife, maybe. Possibly?
No, Patricia, one of our employees. Yeah.
Patricia. We stopped with Patricia. We talked about it, and Patricia told me about something that is near and dear to my heart because I think it's just cool. Is gasoline engine is not the only thing you guys are offering.
Right.
You're working on something new, which is kind of behind us, and we're going to step over here and scope out this because there's not. Where's the carburetor?
Someone must have taken that from us.
Somebody stole your carburetor and cylinders, man. And what's all this copper inside your motor? No, I'm joking, folks. This is an electric version of the Aerolite 103. Now, I mean, I obviously this is stripped down. You don't have the wings or anything on her yet. I'm looking under here and seeing three batteries?
Yep.
Two batteries.
Three batteries, yep.
3 batteries in the motor.
Yep.
Now, batteries, like fuel, are considered to be cargo, not part of the airframe.
Right.
So your batteries aren't included in the 254 pounds.
Right. We don't count the batteries in the empty weight of the aircraft. So your battery capacity on our airplane is basically limited to the gross weight of the airplane and how the pilot, weight factors into that. So let's say you're a 200-pound pilot, then you can put 4 batteries in the airplane that'll give you 40 plus minutes worth of flying time. You're still below the 600-pound gross weight of the airplane. We get a pilot that weighs 135 pounds, he can have 5 batteries. We get one that weighs 250, he might have 3 batteries, but you can still maintain that 600-pound or less gross.
And what batteries are you running? These are not lead acid car batteries, obviously.
They're lithium. They're lithium batteries using Samsung cells. They're made to our specs. The motor's wound to our specs. And this, just so you know, Dave, this motor, it's different. The way these operate is completely different than the gasoline-powered stuff. This motor turns at 2,000 RPMs max, regardless of what pitch is in the prop. So if we've got it pitched now, I think it's about 8 degrees we have in this prop. If you say, hey, I'm flying off of a real short strip, I need to get off the ground quicker than what this will do with this prop pitch setting, then we can change that prop pitch up or down, either way. When you push it to full throttle, it will still go to 2,000 RPMs. It'll just use more or less power accordingly.
Okay. So the steeper the pitch on the prop for the more thrust, you're going to use more just
power.
Very similar to stepping on an accelerator pedal in a car.
Yep.
The more power you require, or in this case, the power comes from the prop, but the more thrust you require, the more battery.
The more energy is being consumed from the batteries.
And the opposite for less. You don't care that you're going to roll out twice. You're going to take twice the takeoff roll. You want more flight time.
Yep.
You change the pitch lower, and you get more flight time because you're not using as much juice. But the engine is still turning at 2K.
Regardless.
Okay. Now, what does your normally aspirated engine's weight? What is the weight of a normally aspirated?
It varies. The installed
Roughly.
weight on those is usually be about 80 to 85 pounds.
80 to 85 pounds. So when you're looking at your 254 pounds, you drop down to 180 weight for the airframe and wing and everything. What does your electric motor run weight-wise?
On the mount, as you see it right here, I think it's 26 pounds.
So you've just given yourself 60 more pounds of airframe.
Yeah, or battery.
Or battery.
Yeah,
well, no, batteries doesn't count because
no, I'm
batteries
talking about
payload.
gross weight. Yeah,
Gross weight,
so,
right?
yeah.
Gross weight of the aircraft. Yeah, your animal. So what other? I mean, you know, obviously we don't have a fuel cell. You know, we don't have we don't have the same electric or electronics requirements to run this engine. Obviously, your battery electric engine is going to require more wiring, but what can you do different with the airframe because you have the electric motor, or is it just proving that you can do it?
Well, the airframe is the same airframe, with the exception of down here on the bottom section where the battery tray is mounted.
Right.
The tubes that support that are heavier wall thickness. They have different brackets that attach them to the airframe just to support the weight of that battery.
Okay.
Everything else on the airframe is the same. And we also designed this, when we designed the mount for this, we did it intentionally so if anybody comes to us and says, hey, I've got an Aerolite that's 5 years old and it has you know, an MZ engine on it. I want to switch to electric. They can take that engine off. This has the same pilot hole. It'll bolt right up there. They can swap over to electric.
Oh, cool. And and obviously there's a lot more than just swapping out the engine, the fuel tank, the battery.
Yeah, but it's pretty quick
wire.
though. You can make that. You can take the electric, or I'm sorry, you can take the gasoline-powered propulsion, fuel tank, everything out of there. Make the changes to this. Take you probably 5 hours or so.
Really?
To swap it out. Yeah.
So I could spend a Saturday morning, and I could be flying. I could go out and fly my gasoline engine Saturday morning. Go back to the hangar.
Yep.
Strip it down, and after lunch Saturday be flying the exact same airplane electrified.
Yep.
That is cool. Now, are these on the market? Can I buy an electric ultralight from you now?
Yeah.
And what are we talking price point? Let's step back. We were talking about the baseline model of the Aerolite103 gasoline was maybe the flying model 25,000.
Yep.
And what about if I wanted the baseline electric?
Yeah.
Flying configuration. How much am I jumping up, or am I on the same money? Or?
Your initial upfront cost is more. You'll be about $3,000 or $4,000 more upfront. The trade-off is you're not burning 3 or 4 or 5 gallons of gasoline an hour. You're now burning $1.25 worth of electricity an hour.
Cool. And these batteries appear. I mean, I'm seeing keeper nuts and stuff. So these are basically installed in the airframe. You've got them super heavy duty, zipped in and stuff. So it's not like I can land and swap out change my batteries and go flying again. How much time am I going to take? I got my 40 minutes flying time. And now I got to get back to the hangar and plug her in and let her start charging up. Yep. How much time does it take to charge up?
If you've flown 40 minutes, you have 4 batteries, you plug 1 charger in, which will bring all 4 up at a quarter the rate. It'll take you about probably 4.5 to 5 hours to charge it back up. If you plug 1 charger into each battery, then it'll cut that down, to about an hour, a little over an hour's worth.
Really? So I can have her back in the air again in an hour?
Yeah, you fly it twice in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at your batteries here, and I'm seeing you've got the huge connection that powers, and I'm seeing another connection right here. Is that your charger ports here?
Yeah, the small one is for charger. Yep.
Gotcha.
And we have. This tray holds 4 batteries.
Yeah.
We just have 3 in it. The reason we had that, we pulled one out and had it on the table at Oshkosh on the display. But the plane will fly with 2 batteries or more. So if you have 2 batteries in the system, and you say 6 months later, hey, I want to add number 3 and 4. You literally put number 3 and 4 in there, plug the 2 connections in, and now you've got twice the capacity.
Amazing. And that all plugs up. Now here I'm seeing an open connection here. Is this is your kill switch?
No, that's for battery number 4.
That's right okay. There. That's battery number 4's plug.
Yep.
And they literally, they just unplug, or are they locked in?
No, you can pull it off of that.
I'm always afraid, but showing somebody that if you wanted to change out your battery, that's it.
That's it.
Unplug it, unbolt it, cut the zip tie, put it back in, bolt it down, zip it in.
Yeah,
and you've got a new battery.
What you're looking at here too, this prototype, with this single bar across here.
Yeah.
The production stuff has a 4-sided
hold down bracket. Okay.
And it comes off much quicker and easier than this one does.
That is just cool. And if I wanted to buy the bird, but I want to be able to fly for 40 minutes and then come back down. What's it going to cost me to buy extra batteries?
A lot.
Oh, they are.
That's the highest price part of the system is the batteries. They run about $2,000 a piece.
Still not horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that technology gets better and cheaper every day.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, it's improving, and we're going to see it go.
Yep.
And I'm seeing what is this? What I think it is?
That's parachute.
Yep, you got the parachute on there. Now is that a BRS or just a chute?
Magnum.
Magnum.
Yep.
Okay. Is the Magnum a BRS?
No,
Or it's just a
different
chute?
company.
Okay, but it's the same.
Same.
It is a ballistic type.
It's rocket deployed. Yeah.
Rocket deployed. Okay, thank you. And that's connected up. All right, it's a beautiful airplane. Now, and I love the avionics.
Yeah.
I love the avionics. You got a turn and bank indicator for our
Yeah.
avionics.
And the airspeed indicators here. This is left over from Oshkosh, where we were telling people don't deflect their rudders when we had it tied down real tight.
Right.
But at the top of this panel right here, Dave, that's where the display will go for the electric propulsion system. And it's digital, and it will tell you at any given power setting, you have X number of minutes of flight time at this power setting. If you change that up or down, then the duration indicator changes as well.
Outstanding. And then we got this is the emergency parachute release here, right there.
Yep.
Where,
Yep.
God forbid you need it. That's one of those things, it's like the insurance policy. You pay for it and you have it and you pray you never have to use it.
That's the only thing we sell everybody. We hope we sold them something they never needed.
That's it, that's it. So these are on the market now, so people can come by Showcase here and write you a check and fly one out, or write you a check and you'll build them one.
Yeah, we'll build them one.
We'll build them one. So it's not like you've got production models on the floor ready to go out.
We are so busy, and we have the lead time gets longer and longer and longer. It is just I've never seen demand like it's been for the past 18 months or so.
Yeah.
It's off the charts.
People are looking for things they can do, and you can't get much more socially distanced than a couple thousand feet.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to write you a check today, when would I have it?
Kit lead time currently is 7 to 8 months, and we're about 16 months on ready to fly.
Wow, and that's on the either
Either
electric
one.
or?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, either one.
And one of the things I like about this is I'm told that you guys, in this configuration, drove it over, which is pretty cool, but you're right over there.
Yeah, we're on the other side
You're
of the
made
field.
right
Yeah,
here in town.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is great. This is, American-made product and right here in DeLand. And gorgeous. Now, if people want to come out, we are here at site number, what are we
92.
at? 92.
Yep.
At the Showcase.
Yep.
And if there are fans watching on Facebook, or they're down looking at it later on, on the YouTube channel, show's long over, how do they get a hold of you if they can't be here at the show?
Just go to our website. All the contact info's there. It's www.fly103.com.
www.fly103.com.
Yep.
Well, Dennis, I appreciate it. I see lots of people wanting to chat with you and stuff here, so we won't take up too much more of your time. Anything you want to add before you go?
No, I think we've covered it.
All right. And that is Dennis Carley with Aerolite103, and that was www.fly103.com.
That's it.
And they are here, or, just throw a dart at the DeLand Airport and you're going to hit them. Dennis, I appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. For Showcase Live and Alfonso on the camera, Mike and Roy over there doing important, incredible administrative, right there, yep, right over there, doing important administrative critical work. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and I understand we got talk to some people about some cigars here in a little bit.